Drake's a little bitch. What's good? What's good? It's your boy J Tom Reactions. I'm here with another reaction, but this time we're doing it the legal way. Before we get to this shit kind of pisses me off. Oh shit. What is hip hop coming to now, man? What are we doing, Drake? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? Like your feelings couldn't have been hurt that much, bro. At this point you're throwing shit at the wall and trying to see if it sticks, right? That's the shit that we're doing now. Like I don't this can't be real. So I read a little bit of this, right? So let's go ahead and just get right into it. Before we do that, man, all y'all gotta do is to become part of the Yatu Savas community, you just gotta hit that subscribe button, man. That's all you gotta do. Hit the subscribe button for me. That's all you gotta do. Like the video, and then comment. Tell me what you think. All right. Now let's get right into it. Ooh. Okay, so a single lie can destroy a reputation of integrity. And while it takes years to build a reputation, it can be ruined in 5 minutes. Sir Lucian Grange. Damn, they're using his words against him. In the middle of the night, on May 7th, 2024, an armed group of assailants drove up to the Toronto house in which Drake and his family resided. Drake was inside. The car stopped in front of the residence. Someone yelled, F Drake. And at least one gunman began to open fire. One bullet went through the security gate and hit Drake's front door. Another bullet struck and wounded the security guard, who was also one of Drake's friends. While the car drove away, Drake and others in the house summoned help for the security guard and did everything possible to keep him alive. During the nearly 30 minutes it took for the ambulance to arrive, Drake and others labored to keep the man alive by applying pressure to the gun wound with towels. Blood was everywhere. After the security guard arrived at the hospital, surgeons worked quickly to remove the bullet, stop the bleeding, and save his life. Though it took days for his condition to stabilize, thankfully the security guard survived. The very next day, May 8th, 2024, a different intruder used his bare hands to dig a hole under the security fence surrounding Drake's Toronto house and managed to dig deep enough to squeeze through and enter Drake's property. Fortunately, Drake's home security guards caught him before he was able to cause any physical harm, although the trespasser managed to yell racist slurs and threats against Drake before being escorted off the property. On May 9th, 2024, the very next day, another break-in attempt happened. In the 2 decades leading up to May of 2024, although Drake was constantly in the public eye, nothing remotely like these events had ever happened to him or his family, but those events were not coincidental. They immediately followed and were proximately caused by UMG's actions leading up to and on May 4th, 2024. UMG, they're, the music company that has represented Drake for more than a decade. Yet, on May 4th, 2024, UMG approved, published, and launched a campaign to create a viral hit out of a rap track that falsely accuses Drake of being a PDF file and calls for violent retribution against him, even though UMG enriched itself and its shareholders by exploiting Drake's music for years. and knew that the salacious allegations against Drake were false. UMG chose corporate greed over the safety and well-being of its artists. In controversy, UMG saw an opportunity and seized it, and continued to fan the flames even after learning of the incitement to violence on May 7th and 8th, along with the unrelenting vitriol towards Drake that has followed. So basically, this is citing that UMG was the cause of the people that broke in. The song in question is Not Like Us, written and performed by Kendrick Lamar. The recording was intended to convey the specific, unmistakable, and false factual allegation that Drake is a criminal PDF file and to suggest vigilante justice as a response. The recording is defamatory because its lyrics, its album image, and its music video all advance the false and malicious narrative that Drake is a PDF file. The lyrics reportedly accuse Drake of engaging in criminal acts, including by calling him a certified PDF file and a predator who needs to be placed on neighborhood watch. I said this in another video. He didn't say that Drake needs to be placed on neighborhood watch. He said that the people next to you need to be placed on neighborhood watch. And the line, the certified PDF file, was for Baca. It wasn't for you, Drake. The image was designed to enforce and, in fact, reinforces the accusation by depicting Drake's actual Toronto house covered in the icons that are known to be used by law enforcement as well as public safety applications like Citizen to identify child offenders, residences online. The video, created weeks after the song became a viral hit, was designed to reinforce the same false factual narrative. False factual narrative. False factual narrative. If it's false, then it wouldn't be factual. For example, showing images associated with Rex trafficking and juxtaposing the game of hopscotch with lyrics accusing Drake of trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. Whew, man, they're literally using lyrics. The lawsuit is not about wasn't this one? Yeah. Oh, it's just an updated version of it. Okay. Let's go back. Sorry, I just had to make sure it was the right one. The lawsuit is not about the artist who created Not Like Us. It is instead entirely about UMG, the music company that decided to publish, promote, exploit, and monetize allegations that it understood were not only false but dangerous. As UMG knows and has known at all relevant times, the recording, image, and video allegations are unequivocally false. Drake is not a PDF file. Drake has never engaged in any acts that would have required he be placed on neighborhood watch. Drake has never engaged in sexual relations with a minor. Drake has never been charged with or convicted of any criminal acts whatsoever, notwithstanding its knowledge that the allegations are fabricated starting in May of 2024. Okay. Reading this, Drake, you need to Get your panties. Go like this and put them back on, bro. You have your panties in a bunch, bro. Stop being a pussy, bro. Sorry for my language, but it's true. You engaged in a rap battle. If you know, man, you've been one of the most disrespectful people. Hold on, let me take this off. Let me take this off. And people are not gonna remember this, but you have been one of the most disrespecting people here in the rap game. This is why it's so ridiculous. It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. This whole lawsuit is ridiculous. UMG can just turn around, get the Meek Mill stuff, get all your different rap battles that you've ever been in. They've been a lot where you've been disrespecting people. They can get all the sexy songs for you lyrics where you've been disrespecting people. They can use that against you since you're using lyrics in this fucking lawsuit, where you say and claim that you're disrespecting that Kendrick Lamar and UMG has been plotting and disrespecting shit. Did you forget that you were also disrespecting Kendrick, his family, his friends? Did you forget that shit? Oh no, you conveniently just deleted all the records that of that song, but you know, thanks to the YouTube, thank you to YouTube, I'm able to go back and relive the battle. I'm able to go back and listen to the lyrics that you spewed out of your fucking mouth. This is what's ridiculous, bro. This is ridiculous. And right now, this is not fake outrage. I'm fucking pissed off because I'm a hip hop fan, bro. And hip hop is about to turn into a bitch fucking place, bro. Where bitches are gonna be able to go make a fucking diss and then turn around and sue the other motherfucker. No, bro. That's not what hip hop is about, bro. If you get into a battle where you know that you're going to fucking disrespect the other person and you made other claims as well, you know. Oh, and we're just going to forget that you didn't go and pay people to find out information about Kendrick? So again, get your panties, go like this, and put them back on, bro, because you got your fucking panties in a bunch, bro. And if you're a hip hop fan, you should be pissed off. You should be pissed off too. Because if Drake wins this shit is going to be garbage now. And I'm not okay with that. You shouldn't be okay with that. People are going to, like, battles aren't going to be a thing anymore. Whew, okay, I'm done. Notwithstanding its knowledge that the allegations are fabricated, starting in May of 2024, UMG waged an unrelenting campaign to spread the recording, image, and video, together the defamatory material, as widely as possible. UMG did so because it understood that the recordings' inflammatory and shocking allegations were a gold mine. Spreading the defamatory material served multiple business purposes for UMG. First, the more people who listened to it, streamed, watched, and downloaded the defamatory material, the more money UMG and its executives would make. Second, man, that put money in your pockets too. Second, UMG's Interscope Records owns Lamar's entire back catalog of recorded music. The leadership of Interscope had every incentive to prove it could maximize Lamar's sales after only recently persuading him to enter into his own direct license for a limited recording commitment of new music. Third, in contrast with Lamar's first direct deal, UMG's contract with Drake was nearing fulfillment, and on information and belief, UMG anticipated that extending Drake's contract would be costly. By devaluating Drake's music and brand, UMG would gain leverage to force Drake to sign a new deal on terms more favorable to UMG. UMG's campaign was successful. The recording cloaks clearly dangerous lyrics behind a catchy beat and inviting hook. Capitalizing on those attributes, UMG used every tool at its disposal to ensure that the world would hear that Drake likes him young. Unlike any other song ever released by Kendrick Lamar, this song has been played many billions of times, and its false central message has calcified into accepted fact via social and legacy media channels, broadcast in dozens of languages. I don't even have to fucking like. I made a video about this a couple of weeks back. In order to prove that the false central message has calcified into accepted fact, you would have to literally go through every single person, every single social media, every single person's social media. And every single person has to accept that fact. UMG can actually turn around and use this against you. And I said that in that too. And like I went on the HHSB Crew's page before I recorded this, I said, in order to prove this as fact, every single person has to believe that you are that. Your fans, and I've seen it, your fans do not believe it. So you're claiming here that your fans believe it. Let's go back. Where was I? Okay. UMG's campaign was successful. The recording cloaks cleverly dangerous lyrics behind a catchy beat the two into accepted fact via social and legacy media channels, broadcasted in dozens of languages to, at minimum, hundreds of millions of people spanning the globe. It is not just fans of rap music who now believe that Drake is a certified PDF, because it is not just fans of rap music who have repeatedly exposed to the song's lyrics. Instead, the recording has become ubiquitous in significant part because of UMG's deliberate efforts designed to accomplish just that. So what you're saying is that UMG had part in the lyrics of Not Like Us. Mm-mm-mm. Instead, the recording has become ubiquitous. UMG used its promotional resources and exclusive licensing rights to place the recording on numerous nationally televised events, including but not limited to award shows, national political events, and more. Okay. Let's go back in time. Let's go back in time to a point where you had just won the Meek Mill battle. Back to Back was a huge success. You won. You won the Meek Mill battle, which, in all actuality, I think you lost. The only reason you won was because it was catchy. That's my hot take for the day, by the way. You won because it was catchy. So the disrespect that you made on Back to Back to Meek Mill, you went on a fucking tear. You played that shit over and over and over again. That shit was on the radio being played over and over and over again. You went on a fucking tear on your social media where you played that shit over and over and over again. So, what this whole lawsuit seems to me is that you're just a fucking sore loser. You're a sore fucking loser. And you need to get over it. You need to get over it. And this is your way of what is money going to do? Okay, let's say you win, right? People are still going to be singing this shit. What's going to happen? People are still going to sing this shit. It was the same thing with Back to Back. And that's actually, people still talk about Back to Back. People still talk about the Meek Mill battle. People still talk about all your other stupid battles that you had where you supposedly won. So what? Were you defaming Joe Budden? Were you defaming Meek Mill? Were you defaming... So what does that say about you? We can go back, bro. We can go back. After this video, I'm going to take a look at Back to Back. We're going to take a deep dive into Back to Back. But billions of plays and ubiquity were not enough for UMG. Long after UMG knew about the harm that Not Like Us had caused to Drake, and with full understanding that countless listeners have interpreted the song's lyrics and imagery to convey assertions of fact, UMG made significant financial investments and leveraged its professional connections via sophisticated and highly organized publicity campaigns to arrange for the recording to be performed at one of the most significant and viewed cultural events of the year, the Super Bowl. Can that be proven? The recording was performed during the 2025 Super Bowl and broadcast to the largest audience for the Super Bowl halftime show ever, over 133 million people, including millions of children and millions more who had never before heard the song or any of the songs that preceded it. It was the first and hopefully be the last Super Bowl halftime orchestrated to assassinate the character of another artist. Okay. This is hip hop. You don't understand the fucking culture. It's hip hop. Don't you study rap battles for a living? Don't you study rap battles for a living? I'm done, bro. I am done. Look at that shit. He even puts up pictures from his own place. Canada did that shit, right? The mob like response to the recording continues to unfold, and offline at one point in time, flyers were plastered all over Toronto with a picture of Drake and a Canadian YouTuber who was sentenced to 3 years in prison for SA with the words Canadian S predators gonna stick together. They're putting everything in this bitch. Putting everything in that bitch. Okay, here we go. Let's get to the nitty gritty. The background. Liability in this case is predicated on the defamatory material with UMG published and or caused by the publication of beginning on May 4th, 2024 and continuing through the date of this filing. The background section provides facts and context about the parties and the events leading up to the initial publications. Yeah, they're talking about Drake and how he owns OVO. He's this, he's that. Let's go. Drake founded a multi-disciplinary Dream Crew as a celebrity with a Okay, let's go. UMG is a music industry giant. Once Universal owns the record recording distribution rights to the work, it exploits the ownership through licensing deals with third parties. These licensing deals allow third parties to legally use a recording, a musical composition, or portions thereof. Universal Music has licensing agreements with all of the major platforms, including but not limited to iTunes, Amazon, Apple Music, Napster, formerly Rhapsody, and Spotify, as well as TikTok and Meta, including Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, and Threads. In the event that a person or entity wants to use a song outside of one of the licensed platforms, for example, to play during a political rally or supporting event, it has to request the right to do so from Universal Music, which holds the synchronization contract. A third party cannot legally use Universal Music's recordings or UMPG's licensed context embodying those recordings in advertising on a live stage, in film, on television, or on the radio without explicit content of Universal Music. Then it's talking about the whole Universal TikTok thing. Universal Music says it exists to shape culture through the power of artistry because music is unique in its ability to inspire people. That power to shape culture and inspire people is apparent by numbers. UMG size doors, other music companies. Okay. Even established artists depend on UMG okay, yeah. We know that. UMG is fully aware that music content. Okay, all this shit was already on the other one. UMG and Drake have a long partnership. We know about the contract. UMG was incentivized to act, and in fact did act in a matter to reduce the bargaining leverage. I knew it. I knew they were gonna put that shit in there. So, a lot of people have been saying that I knew that this was about that. It's not about the defamatory. This, if you knew, Drake, that you were about to do a licensing contract, if you knew you were going to extend your contract or make a new contract, why go into the battle? Why do the battle? Also, I think that there's no way. Why are you going to leverage? How is UMG going to leverage that against you? There's no way to leverage a battle just because you lost, you're going to get less money. There's no way. There's no way. UMG has licensing and publishing rights over Kendrick Lamar's music. On information and belief, from 2012 through 2023, Kendrick Lamar was signed to an exclusive production company agreement with Top Dog Entertainment, which in turn furnished his exclusive recording services to the Aftermath Entertainment record imprint, a joint venture of Interscope. The sound recording copyrights to Kendrick Lamar's first 5 studio albums are owned and controlled by Interscope. In 2023, having fulfilled his recording obligations to Top Dog Entertainment at Aftermath Records, Kendrick Lamar signed a new short-term exclusive recording and licensing deal with UMG. I thought it wasn't about Kendrick. You're making this about Kendrick. An exclusive administration agreement with UMG through UMPG. Through these contracts, UMG exclusively controls the release and publication and licensing of all music products created by Kendrick Lamar during the term of the contract, including the defamatory material. On information and belief, Lamar signed a short-term deal with UMG to see if UMG could prove its value to him to promote him more effectively than any other music company could in its compressed time frame. I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice I didn't have that up there. Shit, my bad. Okay. So what I read was this. I read all that. If successful, Lamar would then continue his relationship with UMG through a new longer-term contract. On information and belief, that long-term deal was consummated in December of 2024. On information and belief, UMG's contracts with Kendrick Lamar provide UMG the same right as its standard long-form exclusive recording contract to eliminate material which may constitute defamation or libel. Libel. Libel, whatever. UMG publishes the defamatory material. Wow. They have everything here. They have everything there. Okay, this is what I wanted to see right here. How are they going to fucking prove everybody? They're just using one case. Okay, here we go. People believe and repeat the allegations in the recording and image. The recording's allegations about Drake were understood to be factual assertions against Drake from the moment UMG published it. Whatever generalities, whatever generalities might be applied to hip hop tracks in the abstract plainly did not hold here, as evidenced by the commentary that appeared online and in social and legacy media channels as soon as UMG published the recording and image. Countless posts and comments reveal a widespread public perception that the recording and image convey factual allegations against Drake. As one user put it, just one user, this isn't a diss, it's the truth. The culture isn't just not effing with Drake, it's correcting itself by kicking out the predators. Another user wrote that the recording is telling the truth about Drake being a PDF. Another commenter posted Drake has more than 800,000 dislikes on the song because everybody believes he loves. I'm not going to read that, but y'all can see it here. Because we have evidence everywhere. The fact that the allegations came packaged in rap lyrics did not dissuade listeners from erroneously believing the allegations to be true. For example, I love this song. We would have never known Drake. Who said that though? Like they're not. Oh, okay. So they're putting people here, but they're using for. Respect and love you, Kendrick, for keeping it 100 emoji. From your tone, anger, and passion behind your words, there's no doubt on my end that Drake is indeed a PDF. Moreover, any reasonable listener would have understood that Kendrick Lamar was claiming to know more information about Drake. Oh my God, bro. I am done with this shit. I'm done with this shit, bro. Whoo. This has been your boy J Tom Reactions, man. I can't like this is very cringe to me. This is very bitch like to me. And for somebody to sit here, you engaged in a rap battle. It's a rap battle. People can believe what they want to believe. But what do you believe, Drake? Do you believe this? Did UMG plant that in your head? Apparently, UMG planted all this shit in our heads, right? Like, come on, bro. Now they're using people's influencers. Yep. They're pulling up people. Yep. There it goes. Reading everything. Holy shit. Holy shit. Yo, this shit is messy. All I can do is just sit here. This shit is fucking messy. Look at this shit. This shit is messy. Look at that shit. They're using everything. People's comments. They're using everything. This is not hip hop, bro. This is not hip hop. Not at all. How can we be a fan of this shit? Look at all these fucking pages, bro. This is bitch made, bro. bitch made. This is why I can't, like, I was going to do the reaction to Nokia. But I sat here and I was like, you know what? Why promote somebody? Why go? And I don't believe in what he's doing here in the case. I don't. So I just sat there and I watched it. I sat there and I watched the video. I watched the Nokia video. I wasn't going to. Why react to it? I do right now, as it sits, I'm doing this shit for free. That shit would have been for free. And when I start getting monetized, if that ever, I'm just doing this for free, right? When that happens, I wouldn't be getting paid for that. To me, it's not, I only react to whatever the fuck I want to react to. I can't react to somebody, especially in the hip hop space. If you're going to be in the hip hop space, like, this can't be accepted. As a fan of hip hop, I rebuke. As a fan of hip hop, I fucking rebuke that shit. Anyways, tell me what you guys thought of this shit. I could not read anymore. As I kept reading it, all I wanted to do was jump out of this fucking window that's right next to me. This is not hip hop. And this, like, I was giving you props, to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of Drake, as you guys know. But I was giving you props because you went in toe to toe with one of the biggest, artists out there. Kendrick Lamar, as much as you guys don't want to admit, is one of the biggest artists. Lyrically, he could break you down, like you guys saw. I was giving you props. You went in there and you stepped up to the plate. But I cannot accept this shit. This is not hip hop. And nobody should allow you to get back into the hip hop space after this. Those are my thoughts. Y'all can go ahead and take it or leave it. I don't give a shit. Those are my thoughts. If you want to join the community, you guys can. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to. Like the video. Also comment, tell me what you guys thought of the video. And yeah, that's it. It's been your boy J Tom Reactions. I am out this bitch. I could not read. I'm sorry. If you guys want to read it, I'll leave the description in the video. I'll leave the link to the document in the video if you guys want to check it out. It's been your boy J Tom Reactions. I'm out this bitch. Ya tu sabes. You already know. Let's go.